Welcome back to Community Connection with Eva and Nisha. It's been a while, so just to remind you, this is the show where we showcase what community means to people in Peterborough, the challenges our community faces, and how we can all make it stronger. The show is going to be full of opportunities for partnership working, making connections, and things that the audience can tap into. And just a reminder that you can communicate with us. You can text us on 07411 191062. Or you can send us a message on Facebook or any other places we are live streaming. And I'm here in the studio today with my co-presenter, Nisha. Assalamu alaikum, Nisha.
Walaikum assalam, Eva.
So, Nisha, remind everybody who you are, what you do, and why we do this show.
So I've got two hats on. I'm a community connector manager for Peterborough City Council, and because of my job I've had the privilege of meeting lovely people in the community champions, community volunteers, all sorts of people. That's why I'm passionate about this show. I get to bring guests onto the show who don't usually get the limelight sometimes, so we're just really keen to get the show up and running again after a bit of a break. So that's my community hat, but I've also been very involved with other charities, and I volunteer for other organisations as well.
MashaAllah, we're very lucky to have you on the team, and I am Eva. I've worked with lots of different charities in Peterborough, spent a bit of time interning at Peterborough City Council, and now work in careers at the Combined Authority. So me and Nisha have been working in the community in Peterborough for a number of years, and we're here with a very special group of guests today from Faizan-e-Madina. Nisha, tell us a bit about your relationship to Faizan-e-Madina.
Well, to be honest, at the beginning it's been a relationship that has been quite rusty at the start, where I've heard a lot of things about mosques in Peterborough when I moved to Peterborough, and how it's hard to interact with masjids and get involved with masjids. So I was really put off a little bit, not for Faizan-e-Madina, but generally from what people have said. But to my surprise, when I started doing a lot of engagement during COVID, Faizan-e-Madina with our the old chairman, Mr. Chowdhury, he always invited the council to do engagement for the mosques, and we did the vaccine hubs there and stuff, and that's where it all started for me. And the team have always been really, really nice. Even it's from the top to the bottom. So whoever was making tea or the caretakers, they always looked after me when I was there doing my work as part of the council. So my experience has been very different from what people kind of put an impression of. And today I'm so happy because it's been about, I would say it's from 2019 where it all started to now, today. I've been so involved with meeting different people and members of the committee from the masjid, and I think the relationship is built to a point where I'm so comfortable. Like, I do feel like I could just walk in and it's not like an issue for me. So that's why I'm really, really happy about today's show being about the people that work in the background, and to put things on the kind of platform to show what actually goes on behind closed doors at Faizan-e-Madina.
So who do we have with us in the studio today?
So we have our chairman, but I will let you introduce yourself and tell us a bit about yourself.
Thank you very much, Sister Nisha and Sister Eva. My name is Sajjad Ahmed. I'm Faizan-e-Madina Masjid chairman last just over 2 years now. My role is to make sure that we got a whole community working together with any issues in the masjid or outside. We deal with it. That's just what.
Yeah, well, so these are just short introductions, and we'll delve into the deep stuff later on in the show. But I'm just going to pass over to introduce yourself. And just to let you know, my brothers are so shy, these two brothers. So it was like me and the chairman had to work so hard to bring them here. But that's their characteristic, which is really humble and kind. So first to Brother Kamran.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Thank you, Nisha and Eva, for having us on the show. My name's Kamran, and I'm the current treasurer for Faizan-e-Madina. I've been the treasurer since 2012. My father initially sort of dragged me to the masjid and made me put an application in to join the committee. So since then, I've been the treasurer.
And the backbone, I must say, of what goes on. So, yes, Brother Hazan, just introduce yourself.
We've got lots of guests in the studio
Yeah.
today. We're sharing mics.
And we're sharing mics. Do excuse us.
Assalamualaikum. Thank you, sisters, for having me on. My name is Mohammed Razal Haq. I'm the joint treasurer for Faizan-e-Madina. I work very closely with Kamran Arif, and I've been here for about 4 years. Yeah.
I'm sure there's much more to say, but Jazakallah for introducing yourselves.
Yeah, so we're going to go back to our questions now, so we can delve into deeper into what does Faizan-e-Madina do for Peterborough citizens and the residents here in Peterborough. So my first question is going to be for you.
Yes,
So,
Alhamdulillah, we do lots of stuff, obviously from funeral, nikahs, UK marriages, registration, prayers, funeral prayers, school tours, public visits. We got a new link to the Muslim with Muslim Circle, also with the council
the cohesion work, yeah.
Recently, we had a visit from a British Muslim trust to encourage report any Islamophobia instance. We hope to continue to work with them and become a hub for the whole of Peterborough. More on the official side, we had a visit from Police and Crime Minister from Parliament, Sarah Jones. FEM hosted the visit with the JMC and the council officers, leaders, and local MP Andrew Pakes. They are keen to engage with us and visit again. Police visits every week to our mosque to do the small surgeries. That's just about it.
Yeah, so that's the everyday stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, and Faizan-e-Madina has been very, very forthcoming when it comes to being there with the work of the JMC, which we always give credit to, for any sort of cohesion issues. The first place we go to is Faizan-e-Madina, the JMC, to deal with any sort of issues that come up, like when we had the right wing stuff that happened, when we have any tensions in the community. So very forthcoming and helpful for people like the council and the police for the sort of issues that people can't tackle. And it becomes a place for the community to come forward and give opinions. So they become like a medium to understand what kind of issues are going on in the community. So we're going to go on to speak to Kamran about some of the projects that are currently ongoing. Because I do kind of think that Faizan-e-Madina don't speak about the stuff that you do. It's only because I'm there quite often and I'm kind of involved. I see it and I speak to the brothers and I understand what they're doing, but they're not this type of masjid that shouts about the work that they do. And I think sometimes you should. So this is your moment, Kamran. You can talk about the current projects, and Raza, please come forward and talk about them. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I think definitely we don't promote as much and we don't shout a lot what we do, but there is a lot that goes on behind the scenes.
So talk to me.
Just a couple of things. I mean, every weekend there's a youth gathering in the masjid where a lot of youth activities take place, bayans and talks. So we've got a pool table there, we've got a ping pong table. So generally just get together, chit chat, have some food, pizzas, just to get the youth in and off the streets. Obviously the chairman's already said we have regular police surgeries. We have a lot of drop-in sessions throughout the year. So fostering, recycling, public health and well-being, just some of the things that we do in the drop-in sessions.
But
almost
let's
daily.
talk about our food bank.
Yeah, that's on the list as well.
Yeah.
I'll get to that. So almost daily school visits.
Yes.
So almost every week there's a slot booked in for school visits. So it could be from colleges, universities, local schools, schools from throughout Cambridgeshire. And we also work very closely with probation services, where we have a lot of youth with driving offences. So they come on board.
That's the unpaid work team, isn't it?
Yeah, UPW, yeah. So I liaise very closely with them. They send us young lads who need to complete their unpaid work hours. So we get them on general duties, cleaning, hoovering, cleaning the toilets,
That's
stuff
good.
like that. So it's very handy to have them
Yeah.
on board. I'm also one of the main points of contact for marriages and cars, so especially the registration.
So
through the registry
explain that,
office.
because I never knew that, what we spoke
So
about today.
Faizan-e-Madina is officially registered as a place of worship for marriages.
Mhm.
So people have to initially go through the registry office, show their IDs and book, give them 28 days notice. Once that 28-day period is over, they will then get a marriage schedule, which they bring to us,
Okay.
and then we can perform the ceremony in Faizan-e-Madina.
So the British, you talk about the British registration,
Proper
aren't you?
registration,
See,
yeah.
that's a really nice thing to know, because I know a lot of
So I think
People
we're one of
wouldn't
the
know
only
that.
masjids that do it.
I
Another
think
one
so,
may
yeah.
be, the Husseini Centre, I think they probably
Mhm.
do it as well. But it's something common now. It's a lot of people are getting on board, whereas before we were just doing like one every few months,
yeah.
and that's almost on a monthly basis we're doing them.
And if someone wanted to do that, how would they go about coming to
They'll
you
just
for their
drop in-
legal registry?
Yeah, just come into the office or
Okay.
email us, or a lot of people do contact us by email,
Okay.
and my number's out there anyway, so people just ring me and.
And you've got a
That's
website, haven't you?
Yeah, it's
So
on the
people could
website,
go
yeah.
on the website
That's
and
right, yeah.
get in contact. Excellent.
One of the final things is we run a regular food bank every
Yeah.
Thursday. So this has been happening since past 4 or 5 years
Yeah.
now. Every Thursdays, obviously you're there, you
Mm.
help me out, so you know a lot about it. So approximately 50 people every week we cater to
Yeah.
with food parcels. So from a whole variety of backgrounds,
Yes.
and majority are non-Muslim.
See, that's a great form of dawah, because since we've opened the food bank at Faizan-e-Madina, we have had people that would have not naturally interacted with the masjid, especially the Romanians and the Lithuanians and the Portuguese community members out there who speak very highly of the food bank.
So
The fact
almost
that-
every nationality
Yes.
attends.
Yeah. And it's a form of dawah, really, isn't it,
Yeah,
Cami?
it is, yeah.
It's a form of dawah, because how many, I must say, it's nice to hear, because we always hear churches do very well, and they do. They're very interactive with the community. But Peterborough has become a place where, we've got at least 3 food banks in places of worship in the masjid, which is, when you talk to other cities like people in Birmingham and people in Leicester even, they look at it quite as in like, wow, you've got a food bank. Right? That's what we've always wanted to do. So it is quite it's a really nice thing to have.
It's true that Peterborough's trailblazing a lot in terms of the role of masjids in community work, and Faizan-e-Madina is certainly trailblazing in that space too. We're going to take a break for a couple of minutes, but you are listening to Faizan-e-Madina on the Community Connection with Eva and Nisha.
My dad once told me that nothing can hold me back. He once said I should follow my heart, leave my hand and reach for the stars. Keep on trying, keep my focus, fight the waves like a ship in the ocean. That is always here with me. Yeah, I'm gonna walk from pen to pen, give my all, the best I have. I cannot wait to live my dream and be what my wants to be. I'm gonna be a doctor or a scientist or an astronaut, an engineer. I'm into sport. I have a dream.
Keep chasing your dreams and take it day by day. Only the best of us can learn from mistakes. You will see that rainbow at the end when the rain goes. I promise that God will always be there just to show you the way. Sometimes you will wanna give up, think that you're not good enough, but with every step in God we trust, you will find yourself moving up. Without dreaming, without a prayer, life is like living without a care. Don't you let go what's in your heart. You're you're in charge. You're a superhero underneath, just like a snowflake. You're unique. Just find your reason, live your dream, and be that person you are meant to be. You're gonna be a doctor or a scientist or an astronaut, an engineer. If you're into sports, just have a dream. Keep chasing your dreams and take it day by day. Only the best of us can learn from mistakes. You will see that rainbow at the end when the rain goes. I promise that God will always be there just to show you the way.
Now I know not to let go. Just keep believing and don't lose hope. Holding on to every dream and take every single opportunity.
I believe entirely there's nothing that you can't achieve. You are the one who writes the rules, so never give up the fight in you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome back to Community Connection with Eva and Nisha. It's Eva speaking, and we are here today with the chairman and 2 committee members from Faizan-e-Madina Masjid talking all about the community work they do. Nisha, I believe you had a question for our chairman.
Yes, so obviously we know chairman as the chairman, but then there's always a human side to it. And I always believe that everyone is who they are because of their past. So it would be good to just listen to what your journey is and how you came to this position. Forget the votes and stuff like that. Not that bit, but more about what makes Brother Sajjad who he is.
Yes, thank you very much, sister. Yes, I came over in UK 1980, late 88. I started working in the restaurant as cleaning the pots, and 2 years down the line, me and my friend bought a restaurant in Sleaford. Since late 91. 91 till 2003, I was involved in the restaurant. In between, I had about 4 years, 3.5 years, I worked in a factory as well. I was working in a factory, and evening I was working in the restaurant as well, because obviously the recession time, and we couldn't sort of cope with the expenses in the restaurant and stuff. So staff was getting paid, and I was not getting paid. So I was working in the restaurant, in the factory. So about 3.5 years I did that, and then once we stable, I went back to the restaurant again. 2003, I opened a fast food shop. Alhamdulillah, fast food shop did very well, and we did that till 2017. In between 2013-14, we, as a small community in Sleaford, bought a place for the masjid. We did, alhamdulillah, built a masjid there. I'm still part of that community as well. That masjid finishes 2019, I believe, and I'm still going, backwards and forward there to see them and all of that. 18, I was part of this masjid as an executive member. Then I've become a joint treasurer with Kamran for 1 year, I believe. The session time I was there. And then following years, I've been made secretary of the masjid. 2 years I did that, and then after that I become a chairman last just over 2 years. But it's very big responsibility, even though you are in the member of the executive committee member. It's the responsibility is equally, I believe, that as a chairman or as a normal executive member. It's exactly as heavy as the chairman. There's no difference. I found you are a member. There's one thing. This one roof side is leaking. It doesn't matter. You are a chairman. You have to come in. You do this. You do that. You put a bucket there. We had few leaks last 3 years ago, 4 years ago. It was a really heavy leak in the top floor. So we put a lot of buckets there to try to block it. Obviously, we couldn't do anything else. It was heavy rain outside. But it's a big responsibility. On top of that, you got masjid there to run, and you got public coming in, day out, and make sure that safeguarding is in place. You got other bits and bobs. Legal requirements are there.
Because it's a huge institution, really.
Yes.
And people forget that.
Yeah.
They just think, I think people take it for granted that the masjid is just there.
Yeah.
It's always open. We can
Yeah.
go there, pray, leave. But it's an institution, and there's cogs in the background trying to make it work.
That's right.
And like you said, you're part of. You guys are part of everything from when it says something leaking to, and accountability must be a pressure.
Yes.
Because you have a congregation that are always questioning.
Yeah.
One thing about our communities, we've all got ideas. We've all got opinions,
Yes.
but there's not many people who can actually help, if
No.
that makes sense. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand it must be a huge pressure.
Criticizing is easy.
Yes.
But when you ask them to correct the criticism, then it's hard. So. Yeah, so since then I'm there. I've got 4 children. Can I mention those?
Of course you can.
I've got 3 daughters.
This is your space.
3 daughters, and
Mashallah.
one of my older daughter has 2 daughters, Azel and Alina. Love them to bits. My son has a son, Zayan. Love him to bits. And I love my children. My daughter, my youngest is 21. My middle one is 29, 30 years old, and my son is obviously married, and my daughter is married, and that's just about me.
MashaAllah.
MashaAllah.
It's amazing to hear a bit more about the life of the people leading the masjid, and to realise how much we have in common, even though you are in this position of really high responsibility. Obviously, there's a balance in the role of the committee between, it sounds like, firefighting on a day-to-day basis and making sure the leaks are plugged and making sure the doors are open, and also thinking about the future of the masjid and where the opportunities are to do more. What would you say that balance is like as chairman and committee members? Do you have time to think about your big goals for the masjid, or do you find that you're pushed to focus on the day-to-day challenges that just keep coming up?
We got day-to-day challenges coming up, every day. And only a few months in October last year, we had other masjid had attack with
Alma
the
Road,
Alma
yeah.
Road in the morning, Fajr time, and after that, we just same day we make sure that we take extra precaution, because a lot of elders are in the morning, especially come for the pray, and there's not many young people. And if the doors are open widely, and then you don't know who's coming in and who's going out, so we make sure that we put security in place as a door, close the doors, just left one door open, and also the gates as well. So it's just like a daily basis. We just every single day motivate ourselves. We're doing this. No, we're doing this tomorrow.
So just coming back on what Eva said, we've started to do this future. I know having conversations with 3 of you actually. There is future planning conversations happening on top of all this, which is, like Kamran said, everyone thinks we just sit in the office and don't do anything. But like tea and coffee. But that's not what happens necessarily.
Yeah.
So on the back of that, we've had a few meetings with the police, haven't we, about Ramadan and safety and security during Ramadan. So we've said to them to do a couple of patrols just to early hours for Fajr and things like that, and Taraweeh time and things like that. So there's always this like thinking for how to keep it safe for our wider community and the users, the mosque users, which is what people don't really see in the background. But Kamran, I'd like to ask you about your personal life, because obviously everyone knows you with the shop, but people don't understand that once the shop's gone, like you're basically dedicated.
I think most people know me from Cameron Food Store.
Yeah, exactly. But you've actually
that's where I was brought up.
But you've left the shop and you've dedicated you're full time
Yeah,
to
so
the
I spent
masjid?
almost 22 years at the shop with my dad and my uncle.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, my uncle passed away a few years ago. So my dad, it was difficult for him to run it on his own without my uncle. They were running it for almost 42 years together. So you can imagine
Yeah.
when one partner's gone and then
Yeah.
he's on his own. So I was there as well, but so we decided it was best to just wind it down, lease it out. So dad retired. Dad, everyone knows dad from the shop days as well, Ajiyar Hussain. So from there, I was still dedicating time to the masjid whilst I was at the shop,
Yeah,
but I was getting a lot of stick from my dad.
It's so hard to balance
Yeah, so-
everything in one go.
So I'd be at the mosque for a couple of hours and I'll get home, my dad would shout at me, he's like, where you been for so long?
It's
You
a
know,
really
I'll be
long
busy,
day.
yeah.
We're going to take a short break now, but we will be back with you in a couple of minutes. You're listening to The Community Connection with Eva and Nisha with Faizan-e-Madina as our guests.
Stay tuned to Salaam Radio after this short ad break.
2020 World Buffet is inspired by the best foods from around the world. See our teppanyaki chefs grill your food to order, or choose delicious Indian, Italian, Chinese, Mexican dishes and British favourites, all halal. 2020 World Buffet offers you unlimited food at a set price. Open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Catering, wedding and party services available too. Call 01733 566 320 or visit 2020buffet.co.uk. 2020 World Buffet, 35 New Road, Peterborough, PE1 1FJ.
Turkish Restaurant Peterborough. The name says it all. It's the restaurant in Peterborough that serves amazingly mouth-watering halal Turkish cuisine, including delicious kaneva and baklava desserts. At 1253 Borges Boulevard, Turkish Restaurant Peterborough's the place to dine with family and friends, or order for collection to enjoy at home. Call 01733 307076 or view online at turkishrestaurantpeterborough.com.
Home or business, protect what matters most with a bespoke security system from H-Secure Tech. CCTV, intruder and fire alarms, and access control too. 5-star Google-rated H-Secure Tech install them all, with 24-hour and mobile app monitoring, keeping your business safe and your loved ones protected. To discuss your specific requirements, call 01733 590 201 or visit hsecuretech.com.
Craving authentic Desi flavors? Look no further than Desi Restaurant. From midday until 1 in the morning, enjoy our homemade specialties that will transport your taste buds. Indulge in tantalizing papri chaat and savor the rich chersi kadahi. Treat your friends to our fresh 1 kilogram chersi lamb handi. Plus, get 2 12-inch pizzas for $11.95. Located at 298 Lincoln Road, we deliver from lunchtime until 1 a.m. Call 01733 555 795 now to order and experience Desi Restaurant's flavors.
Moving house? Feeling overwhelmed? Boxes everywhere? Ivat Self-Storage can help. Our secure, clean and modern facility, Peterborough's preferred choice, gives you the extra space you need with 24/7 security and easy access. So instead of tripping over boxes, store them with us and breathe easy. Visit Ivat, spelt IVATT, selfstorage.co.uk today. Because moving is hard enough.
At Cake Inn, all our cakes and slices are freshly baked for that delicious taste. At Cake Inn, we bake 100% vegetarian and halal eggless fresh queen cakes. Delicious flavoured cakes for birthdays and weddings, ceremonies and all other occasions, with free customised messages, even balloons and candles too. Order for delivery or collection from Cake Inn, 489 Lincoln Road, PE1 2PE, and your cake could be ready within 2 hours. Find out more and order online at cakein.co.uk or call 01733 496 584.
This is Salaam Radio, Peterborough's Muslim community radio. Broadcasting on 106.2 FM and online.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Community Connection with Eva and Nisha. If you're joining us now, this is the show where we talk all about what community means to people in Peterborough, some of the challenges our community faces, but also the fantastic things that are already happening in our community here. And we have as our guests today the chairman and 2 committee members from Faizan-e-Madina. Nisha, what are we talking about now?
So I think we're going to go back to Brother Kamran, because we spoke about how the committee members, they are humans in their own self, and they have a background and their journey to how they got involved with the masjid, because it's a dedication and a commitment that I think we don't understand. So Kamran, you spoke about the shop and how after the shop went, you dedicated yourself to the masjid. So just talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so basically after the shop I had a bit more time on my hands, so I was able to dedicate more time to the masjid. I had other business interests, so I had a stream of income from other sources. So I then personally decided I'll dedicate more time to the masjid with various projects. And so on a normal day, I'd come into the masjid probably about 9:30 in the morning, just do a general sweep of what's going on, what's happening, check the diaries, any problems anywhere that need addressing, and then getting the right teams involved to come and sort them out. I mean, I work very closely with Raza as well, so we always working as a team. So we very, very closely liaise on a daily basis, whether it's in the morning, in the evenings, at night. Also, we've got another member, Raf, he's part of maintenance as well, so we work with him very closely as well.
And I know that because I always see you guys tottering about. We're talking about in your builders, Bob the Builder hat all the time, and you still tie boots and stuff. So it's very visible.
Yeah, so I think all 3 of us get a lot of pressure from home that we're almost away from home.
Of course, yeah.
Hours on end sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes a full day in the masjid, 9 to 8, 9 in the evening, doing various bits and bobs depending on what's required. Especially Ramadan. Ramadan's a busy period. So we're there most of the nights. People don't really see that. But we come in early, we leave late. Even on Eid days and stuff. We're one of the first there, the last to leave.
MashaAllah.
So we miss that time with our families as well, because we're stuck in the masjid.
Definitely. And that's all sadaqah jariyah. Inshallah, Allah reward you in the next world and grant you Jannah al-Firdaus, and the amount of people you help and touch in ways that you don't see now, but it will be showers, mosque on the day.
But you can't do it without a dedicated team, so you've got to have a good team with you, so you've got to have a good chairman, good colleagues, so everything just comes together.
Alhamdulillah. But that's why I kind of wanted you guys on the show, because just for listeners out there to understand that the dedication and commitment it's quite in depth. And even I did a show about certain types of people who do community work, and when you're a volunteer who does stuff for free, basically. And this is what this is. This is voluntary stuff that you give back. This is to the masjid, but anything you give back, you get a reward, which is, inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees that. And
so me and Raza, we do a lot of work behind the scenes. We're not frontline people. So everything's done behind closed doors most of the time. So, and a lot of people don't see that. Yeah. And we get a lot of criticism as well.
Which is a shame. So for anyone who's listening out there, please can we support the brothers that are here. Support them, because it's our institutions, it's our place where we're going to die one day, and these guys are going to probably be arranging our funerals, and And
it's not our masjid, it's everybody's masjid. It's a community masjid.
Yes.
So everybody can come in and help out with one. You don't have to be a committee member to come and help out.
Yeah.
So anybody can just walk in and say, if you want to clean the carpets, you want to clean the windows.
So that's something we can shout out, Eva, just to make that clear, what Brother Kamran, because he says a few words, but when he does say them, they are like gems and golden nuggets. So can you just repeat that, Eva?
Yes.
So you don't have to be a committee member.
You don't have to be a committee member or a senior person within the masjid to have a big impact on keeping things running day to day. There's so many things that go into those operations. So a call out to you at home to get involved in your local masjid, get in touch, find out what you can do to be of help, because there will always be something. And on top of those day-to-day operations, there's some special projects happening at Faizan-e-Madina at the moment as well.
So the other thing I just wanted to say is the reason. So I always say, if you put a little bit of effort and you think outside the box, it brings opportunities that flourish later. And that's what I found with Faizan-e-Madina, because they opened the doors to myself with my council hat on. The fact that they opened the doors and had Kamran, I'll be honest, from the beginning it was Kamran who's my main contact, and now on a higher level, Brother Sajjad, when it comes to the police meetings and stuff, and he's very. One thing I would say is Brother Sajjad is very shy. When I first met him, and he was never, well, like all these two brothers, he'd never liked the limelight, or forget getting him on a Teams meeting. It's been very it's been kind of nice to see that the humbleness, but he has really stepped up, I must say, and he's actually asked to be involved in stuff. So we've had a few meetings, haven't we, now, and inshallah we're going to get our meeting with Andrew Pakes, the MP, a coffee soon. But yes, he's actually been part of our equality and diversity training at Peterborough City Council, where he spoke to about 100 members of the staff. It was on Teams, but he went up there and he spoke about his experience of Islamophobia and things like that. So I just want to say a big thank you to you, because stepping forward has made a huge difference in terms of the perception that people have of the committee members. But Kamran, definitely in the background, he's been my main point of contact. So me and him have sat together and we've done application forms for the food bank, and that's something that people don't see, is admin and time that goes into that. But yeah, he sat there and done that, and more recently we've alhamdulillah managed to secure the youth sector funding for the youth club, because there's so much stuff going on, isn't there, Cami? So when we did the application, I've realised how much was actually going on in the masjid that people didn't know about, like the sessions that you had, the PlayStation, like events or whatever it is that you're doing. There's a lot of activity going on in the masjid as it is, and actually when it came to our youth club application, it was a case of saying that we've actually set up, but this funding will let us do it on a regular basis. And we have, as a team, we've managed to secure that, and we're looking forward to delivering that in the upcoming months after Ramadan, I think, right? But what else? We were going to talk about the other stuff that we do, which is, yes, we spoke just before the break about, we've always been doing stuff like the BEMA project, which is the bowel cancer research project. Faizan-e-Madina was a part of that. We hosted it. You guys kindly offered refreshments and stuff. Managed to get a little bit of funding for that, but still, it's the fact that you hosted it. You're one of the 3 masjids in that mix. So that research went on to secure national funding for doctors that were from doing research in Bristol University. So this all has an impact on our communities as a whole, and the fact that the masjids are getting involved in these projects, is a huge thing, and it's not always about the funding, it's about the difference that it makes to our own community. So bowel cancer is very prevalent in our community, and it went towards a big set of research for helping to get a cure.
It's something that we might not see the rewards of now, because the research has to go away, and hopefully we'll see it, inshallah, come back to us in future years and future generations. But I'm really interested to hear more about the youth project, because that's something that we will see in our community in the very near future. Brother Conrad, can you tell us a bit more about the youth club?
The youth club is something that's we just sort of more or less started it. So it's very small scale at the moment. But our plan is, once this new education block's ready, we will have a proper youth club there set up for the youth, madrasa students, and for the wider community to come there. But obviously that's probably about a year away yet. Before we see any.
So the idea is the youth sector funding will go to us starting up regular youth sessions every week for a couple of hours, because that will be very closer. Just after Ramadan, we'll deliver that, and that will be for boys and girls. And we've got a good fun pack, 16 weeks of schedules. So we've got things like we're going to do, we're teaching them to give back to the community. So we're going to be doing litter picks. We're going to take them on a trip. We're going to do some recreational stuff, indoors and outdoors, football. Some of the trips are going to be away from the masjid, outdoors. So it's a way of us kind of exploring how to set up the proper youth club, then it'll be ready for, inshallah, for the future, for like a permanent thing. That's what our aim is, isn't it? To permanently have a youth club at the masjid from our building, our community building, which Brother Sajjad will talk about after the break in depth, which is really exciting stuff. But yeah, so it's
It's
getting
a bit of a test and learn to find
Yes.
out what works, what young people like, and it's so important to get them involved at this young age because they will, inshallah, be the committee members of the future. We're investing in our future generations of leadership through programs like this.
Yes, definitely. And not only that, people think, we sit in the office. Believe me, it's not like that. Challenges we face last couple of years, half a day, sometimes 7-8 hours on the phone. Brother Raza, was trying to sort this out with the electric, with the water bill, continuously. 7 to 8 hours. It's easy to say 7 to 8 hours, but when you are on the phone and trying to explain, what's going on and all of that. But alhamdulillah, we got away. Get all that done, and alhamdulillah. He's there, we're proud of him, so the amount of money he saved us and overall.
I mean, he's not going to come on the mic, but I am gonna just talk about a conversation I had with him as well about how the food bank makes a difference to contractors and stuff that come to the masjid. It is a form of dawah. So So Brother Raza sitting over there has discussed how he deals with contractors who come to the masjid and they always ask about, what did the mosque do? And he speaks about the food bank, and that actually changes their perception. And a couple of them have actually given a bit of a discount because of it, because of the fact that, they're like, oh, this is amazing stuff. We've never seen a masjid do it. But these are non-Muslims, white burly men. so it does, dawah can come back in different ways. That's the point I'm making. And risk comes through different channels for the masjid, because you're doing this one good thing which is given back to the community. So
it's something that we have in common across communities, that we all want to give back and do good. And it's also a brilliant thing for people to see that being the top of the agenda for Muslim communities in Peterborough as well. We're going to play a little nasheed for you now, but we will be back in a moment.
يا صادق الأقوى يا محمد، يا طاهر الأخلاق يا محمد، يا هدي الأكوان يا محمد، يا تاج رسل الله يا محمد، يا خير خلق الله يا رسول الله. رسول يا بدر التمام نور الظلام علي المقام سيد الكرام منقذ الآلام عليه الصلاة والسلام، عليه الصلاة والسلام. يا نبي الله صفي الله يا محمد، يا ولي الله حفي الله يا محمد، يا بشير الله نذير الله يا محمد، يا حبيب الله شفيع الله يا محمد، يا خير خلق الله يا رسول الله. يا نبي الله سلام الله يا محمد، يا ولي الله سلام الله يا محمد، يا بشير الله نذير العالمين، شفيع المؤمنين، يا رسول الله يا رسول الله. يا نبي الله ولي الله محمد، يا حبيب الله يا ختام الأنبياء يا رسول الله يا إمام الأنبياء يا رسول الله يا دواء كل داء يا رسول الله يا رب المصطفى الله الله بجاه المصطفى الله الله اغفر الذنوب استر العيوب اهدي القلوب لكي تتوب الله ضعف الثواب يمن الكتاب ابعد العذاب يوم الحساب استر العيوب اهدي القلوب لكي تتوب الله ضعف الثواب يمن الكتاب ابعد العذاب يوم الحساب يا رسولي يا حبيبي يا نبي الله يا شفيعي يا بشيري يا صفي الله يا رسول الله يا نبي الله صفي الله يا محمد يا ولي الله حفي الله يا محمد يا بشير الله نذير الله يا محمد يا حبيب الله شفيع الله يا محمد يا خير خلق الله يا رسول الله يا نبي الله سلام الله يا محمد يا ولي الله سلام الله يا محمد يا بشير الله نذير العالمين شفيع المؤمنين يا رسول الله يا رسول الله يا رسول الله.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Community Connection with Eva and Nisha. We have had the pleasure of speaking to the chairman and 2 committee members from Masjid Faizan-e-Madina today, and we've been talking all about their fantastic work in the community, and we've got one more project that is very much up and coming at the moment that we would like to discuss today. Nisha, what is this final piece of work that is so important?
So it is the work that we're going to talk about, but just give me 2 minutes because I think it's really important to discuss outgoings of the masjid. And Brother Kamran, do you want to come in and talk to us about that, because we missed that and I think it's really important.
A lot of people think there's a lot of money coming into the masjid. Yes, the money does come into the masjid, and we've improved our streams of income to try and become more self-reliant than on donations. But our outgoings are just as high, considering the size of the building. On average, on a monthly basis, we're looking at about £20,000 a month outgoings. A large portion of that is wages, and then gas and electric. And then obviously higher periods when there's maintenance involved, so it can go up to 40-50k a month, depending on when there's big projects or major maintenance.
And with the cost of living crisis, utility bills have shot through the roof. I know loads of churches and stuff that have closed down because of that. But just emphasise that figure again, because that's quite shocking, actually.
On average, £20,000 a month.
£20 a month?
£20,000.
£20,000 a month for what?
Outgoings. Wages, bills.
For the
masjid. That's a lot of money,
And that's something that has to be sustainable, or else we'll lose our, inshallah, Allah won't make that happen. But I think we do need to always have that in the back of our mind. And
because people think that the money's coming in and we're just sitting on it, but money, we are spending the money as it comes in.
So I suppose we have to think differently and innovatively as to how we're going to do that. And I think we've touched on those discussions, but it'll be good to get people involved in that, I think, wouldn't it?
So I think people are probably not aware, but recently Raza took on a project to convert, the old Hobson site.
Okay.
We converted that into 5 flats.
Okay.
So that's increased our rental income considerably.
For the conversion. So then you could put that towards the outgoings, I'm assuming. Wow.
Some really innovative work to diversify the streams of
and
income.
well done, mashallah, for all of you getting that through, because I know it's not easy.
A lot of the outbuildings of the masjid, they're quite old and outdated now.
Yes.
So we spent a lot of money maintaining them, upgrading them, and most recently we had a a boiler upgrade in the boiler room.
Okay.
So complete new boiler system. Where a lot of our money's been spent.
Okay, so what I was going to do is thank you for sharing that. We're going to go to yourself so you can talk to us about what's, I think a lot of people are quite interested in this bit, the big old education complex.
Yes, old education complex. Now we're doing it. Alhamdulillah, we reduced the size of it and we got the planning approved from the council, and it's called now FEM Educational and Cultural Center. Inshallah, once it's complete, we'll have 6 classes in the first floor, a whole downstairs with the kitchen. Inshallah, we will use that for the multi-purpose usage. You can have a nikah there, you can have kids for the youth, as you mentioned earlier, sports and stuff, and play area, and inshallah. And also we're looking into probably if we have a space in it for elders, maybe a tea or refreshments every week. But alhamdulillah, we once it's there, inshallah, a lot of facilities will be there. All we are asking is to people of Peterborough to cooperate with us financially, of course. They are we're proud of that. I'm proud that I'm Peterboroughian, so is these guys, So alhamdulillah, when this masjid built, the whole of Peterborough helped from the Peterboroughian people. All the Muslim community got together, built this masjid. Not a single person went out and like sometimes people come to Peterborough, we got this project going on, can you give us Friday collection for the slot. We never went out. Every single businessman, local people, our sisters, our daughters, our mothers, gold was giving at that time, money, of course. Each household were at that time, I'm talking about 2005, 4? Yeah, £1,000 each given for all the youngsters who were working, alhamdulillah, and then all that money generated from Peterborough to build this masjid. And now we are trying to build this cultural center for our youngsters, daughters' classes, where we're going to teach them. And these are going to be modern classes, like when you go to, whichever education center, you see those classes. Inshallah, it'll be those type of modern classes. As I said, like parking facilities there. We got all, inshallah, a lot of other things we're going to add on,
So be like a proper community hub.
That's it, yeah.
So with the community in mind, your plan is basically a community hub for the community. So we need, I think we need commitment. We're just asking for commitment and support for this, and there will be opportunities. I'll bring the brothers back on this show for fundraising for that as well, and just watch the space. Because it sounds like an amazing initiative, and I'm definitely going to be supporting with it. Definitely, inshallah. Once Faizan and I have already had some conversations.
It sounds like the impact of this proposed space is going to be immense. And as we draw towards the end of the show, there is a question I'd like to ask quickly, which is, why is it important for the masjid to be doing this kind of work? How is the masjid uniquely placed to be a community hub?
I think everybody looks towards the masjid, looks up to the masjid for stuff like this. So the masjid needs to take lead on this, and actually deliver as well. Because people contribute to the masjid. What's the word I'm looking for?
They invest in.
They invest. It's their money they're putting into the masjid.
and they're personally
Children's
attached to it,
future, yeah.
children's future. And I think we've heard too often, masjids don't do anything. This is an opportunity. Masjid is taking the lead to do something, create a space, and then everyone's welcome to contribute
Yeah,
to
and
the
then
project.
people are in the fields that can help us build this project.
Yes.
We need their assistance, their help.
Definitely.
And it'll be their contribution towards the project.
MashaAllah. Yeah, it is a really unique position, and people do look to the masjid as an institution. So to recap, what is our ask to the community for the new education hub? If you could
Yeah, it's called FEM Educational and Cultural Centre.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a commitment, financial commitment,
Yes.
support, and understanding, I think.
Yes, over the next few weeks we'll be having some flyers ready
Yes.
for after Jummah.
So just
Yeah.
watch the
That's-
space and watch the messaging. But this is what it's for.
And absolutely get involved. Well, Jazakallah to the chairman and committee members of Faizan-e-Madina Masjid for joining us today
Thank
on
you very
Community
much for
Connection.
inviting all of us. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
Barakallahu feekum. We've been Eva and Nisha on the Community Connection, and we are back every other week, so we'll see you in 2 weeks' time, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. See you.